Hey guys, in this video, I wanted to do an updated review of funding pips. I recently received a payout and I thought it was about time for me to share my experience trading with them. So in this video, we'll have a look at whether they actually pay their traders, my experience with the whole payout process, and some other pros and cons. And at the end of the video, I'll give my verdict on whether I think it's worth trading with them. So if you appreciate this content, please leave a like and let's get into it. So I think the most important question that you're probably wondering is, will they actually pay you out if you are funded with them? So I can only share my own personal experience here, and it may be different from others, but every time I have requested a payout, they have paid me out. However, that's my experience so far, and we'll have to see whether they continue to pay me out in the future, but we'll keep you guys updated along the way. So on Trustpilot, they have 4.4 stars with over 18,000 reviews. And on their website, they do claim to have paid out over 100 million to traders. So I can't really verify that, so I take that as a grain of salt. That said, I have seen other traders get paid as well, but just make sure that you do your own research before buying any challenge with a prop firm. So the one thing that I like about funding pips is their payouts are pretty fast. So for me, it usually takes around 5 days. For example, one of my payouts I requested on the 11th of October, and it arrived in my Rise account on the 16th of October. So that's around 5 days for them to review the account and process the payment and send it to Rise. So another thing that I like about funding pips is around their payout options. So with their two-step challenge, you can actually choose how often you get paid and what profit split you want. So for example, you can opt in to get paid weekly, so every Tuesday, and get a 60% profit split. You can choose bi-weekly every 2 weeks and get a 80% profit split, or you can choose monthly, so every 30 days, and receive 100% profit split. So most prop firms have a standard 80% profit split with bi-weekly payouts, but funding pips lets you customize it based on your preferences. I chose the monthly payout option, so I had to wait 30 days for my payout, but when I got it, I received 100% of my profits, which is great. So they do pay through Rise, which is pretty standard with most prop firms. I've had no issues on my ends with payouts and using Rise. The only thing that I don't like about Rise is they have a flat fee of $20 if you make a withdrawal. So another pro about funding pips is probably the price. So for a 100K challenge, it costs around $444, which is probably the cheapest in the industry right now. For example, FTMO is $590, Funded Next is $550, and E8 markets can go up to $650 for a 100K account. So price-wise, I would say funding pips is a solid option. So now let's talk about some potential downsides. So the first one would have to be around their slippage. So I have heard from some traders that their slippage can be pretty bad, especially for scalping during news events. So personally, I haven't had any issues with their slippage, but that's probably because I usually trade on the higher time frames. So if you're scalping, just be mindful of the slippage, especially around high impact news. So the other con for me as well is there's no MT5. They do offer TradingView, CTrader, and MatchTrader, but the catch is to use TradingView, you'll have to pay a $5 fee, and to use CTrader, you'll have to pay a $10 fee. I haven't really seen any other prop firms charge to use CTrader, so I guess it's something to keep in mind. Another thing that I'm not a huge fan of is their policy around the challenge fee refund. So if you pass the challenge and you get to a payout, they do refund your challenge fee, but the catch is they only refund it on your fourth payout. So most traders probably won't reach their fourth payout, so I think they set it up that way on purpose. But with FTMO, for example, your refund of your challenge fee is after your first payout, so something to keep in mind. And then lastly, the other thing that I'm not a huge fan is around their strict rules. So funding pips has a lot of rules that you need to be aware of. So for example, there's a 3% max loss per trade on a funded account. There's rules around trading the news. There's inactivity rules. There's lot size restrictions. There's even rules around what IP addresses you can use. And I'm sure these are quite reasonable, but there's just quite a fair bit that you have to consider. I won't go through all of the rules here because I don't want to make the video too long, but if you want to understand all of the rules that you need to know before taking a challenge, I did make a video on that. You can click the link on screen to check that out. So what's my verdict? Should you trade with funding pips? Personally, for me, I'm going to keep trading with funding pips. So they've paid me out each time, they're affordable, and I do like the flexible payout options. But yeah, we'll just have to see if they will continue to pay me out in the future. So if you're thinking of taking a challenge with them and you want to know all of the rules, you can check out my video here where I pretty much cover everything that you need to know before taking a challenge. Leave a like if you found this video helpful and let me know below what your experience was with funding pips. I would be really keen to know. Thanks again for watching and I'll see you guys in the next one.